Okay, so we're going to be given a function here, which, yeah, we can take the derivative of it. Yeah, we could solve for 0, but sometimes it's a bit of a pain. If we have access to a calculator, we're going to use it. So I'm starting pretty fresh right here, okay, on this calculator. Memory's all cleared. How's the lighting? Do we need to turn the lights off? We're good? All right, if we're good, we're good. So I just, brand new right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into, actually this light's really annoying. What happens if I turn this light off? Better? Better. I'm trying not to get into those lights. Okay, so what you're going to do here, that's really annoying. I'll just do it over here. Is go into y1 and type in the function. So we're given square root of x. And I picked this problem on purpose because the calculator will never look like sine squared of x. I need to show you how to actually write that in. So for sine squared of x, you're just going to do sine of x. Make sure you wrap up those parentheses and then put a squared. That's what sine squared of x is in the calculator. It won't let you put it between the n and the x. Okay? Make sure your window is appropriate. It'll give us a window sometimes. What's my window on this one? From 2 to 4 for the x's. I don't know anything about the y's. We're just going to go from 2 to 4. Okay? And I can kind of find out lots and lots of stuff from this. So here's my graph. On this right now, can I figure out when where it's increasing? Yeah, probably. How can I do that? Trace ain't going to work. Trace is not exact enough. I mean, could you figure out that right here is a minimum? And then that's going to be a critical number. And you can figure out that it's increasing after that. This is different ways you could do it. I'm going to do it in such a way where if I do all the work in the calculator, I barely have to use my brain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into y equals. And in y2, I'm going to type in the derivative. So if you forgot, it's going to be alpha window. Choice 3, derivative. It's dy dx. I'm going to choose the first. And I'll let x equals x. And this is going to graph my derivative. And there's a reason I do it this way, and I'll show you in just a second why. I'm going to unclick my y1 because I don't care what that graph looks like. I only care about what the first derivative looks like. What's going to end up happening is I'm going to make a sign chart right off of this. So when I hit graph, and by the way, it's going to graph very slowly because it needs to take the derivative of each pixel, so it's not very fast. So there it is. Slow little guy. So how's everyone's weekend? That's good? That's good. That's good. You applied for college? What college? UT. Nice. For Y1, you hit alpha and then trace, and then issue will select it from there. Okay. So if I were to make a sign chart from this, okay, this is from 2 to 4. I have a point right there. Okay, I don't know what that point is. That point is this point right there, but left of that point is this below or above the x-axis? It's below the x-axis, and this is the derivative, mind you. And to the right of that intersection right there, is it above or below? It's above. So it's going to be decreasing from 2 all the way to whatever this point is right here. And it's going to be increasing from whatever this point is all the way to 4. I'm just using my calculator for my sign chart. I don't need to take the derivative. I don't need to set it equal to 0. All that stuff is being done for me. But I do need to figure out what this point is. How can I figure that out? You go to second Calc, which is that trace button. If you go down to the 0 option, you just have to answer the 3 questions. People get really tripped up on the 3 questions. They're just like, oh, press 3 times, call it a day. No, answer the 3 questions. Left bound. It wants to know what's left of the 0. Is my little marker dude left of the 0? Right now. Yes, he is. Okay, so press enter. I don't care how far left, how far right. Go to the right of that 0. Press enter. The guess part. The only reason that you use the guess part is in case you selected like multiple zeros within that. It'll just do the one that's closest to the marker. You can move it over if you want. You don't have to. You can just hit enter right away. And kablamo. Look at that guy right there. So it's going to be right there's going to be 3.141, or you can truncate it or you can round it up. Doesn't really matter. What number do you think that really is, by the way? That definitely looks like pi. Okay. So when is this guy increasing? I'm going to answer the question right here. You can use pi, or since you have a calculator, you can use the 3 decimals. It's not going to matter. So when is this increasing? From 3.142 until 4, because f prime is positive. That's all you need to say. When's this decreasing? From 2 until that point. Because why? F prime is negative. Coach Linebar, how can I help you? She is not here. Nope. Okay. Yep. Bye. Okay, relative max. Do I have a relative max here? This is going down, and then that's going up. Is there a relative max? No, so there is none. Okay, relative min. Well, how do I get that y coordinate? Okay, anytime you use your trace function, it's going to save that x value. So if I go to second quit, don't forget, I just reset my calculator. If you just go to hit the x, it's going to spit out whatever x you just had. I don't know how much of this stuff I'm telling you that is new of the calculator. I'm really hoping that your teachers have taught you most of this, if not all of this already. The only thing that I should be teaching you is the derivative portion. So that's kind of my expectation right now. So anytime you, on your graph, if you do the trace function, find whatever, you can just go to your home screen again, and that x value gets spit out. So to find what the y value is for that, you're just going to go to alpha trace. You're going to pick y1, because that's the original. y1 of x, and I'll tell you what the value is. Well, what does that e to the negative 14 mean? That's lots of zeros, right? Very, very tiny, because the calculator can't do everything correctly. So the calculator does everything with approximations. So that's really like 0.0000000000000112224. So what number is it really close to? 0. Okay. So the relative minimum is going to be at 3.142, comma 0. Because why? F prime changes from what to what? Negative to positive. Yes. You could totally go into one of your y values, type in a 0, because it needs to actually intersect somewhere. So you need to go into y1, y2. We're actually going to be using y1, 2, and 3. So you can go to y4, type in a 0, and then, yeah, do the intersection that way. Different ways to do the same thing. Okay. You can also do that too. All right, so points of inflection. I need the second derivative. So go back to this. I need the second derivative. So I'm going to go down to y3. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the derivative. Of what function now? What would the second derivative be? Of y2. Do I need this red line anymore? No, I'm going to go up and I'm going to uncheck it and I'm going to graph this. And this is going to go even slower than anything else before. So let's talk about our weekend again. Anybody else do anything fun this weekend?
Oh, I did skills check.
That's great. It's a great time to talk about the skills check while this is loading for another minute. Hey, that skills check, I sent you another one. It's a little bit, I want to say it's a little bit on the easier side. Is that correct? And plus, I went over most of those questions already. So you get a chance to do it again. If you're happy with your grade originally, like I think a couple people here got 100 right off the bat, you don't need to do it. I'm just going to take your 100 off the bat. So if you're not happy for your first grade on your skills check, do that second one. It is a take-home one. It does end next class, 9 o'clock sharp. You don't have it, I'm taking your original grade that you got in the skills check. Questions, comments, concerns on that? Okay. All right, so for this one right here, let's go ahead and go through and do my sign chart. So for my sign chart for F double prime, I'm just going to do it over here because I have room. I'm going to start from 2 to 4. Okay. This is, again, my second derivative. So I'm going to have some type of intersection there. And, I don't know, maybe right there. I'm not too sure. How can I check that one out? You can just do this 0 thing and see where it is. And you can find out what that is. It's just you got to figure out, is it less than 4 or is it greater than 4? Okay? So before I even type anything in, is this, again, this is F double prime. Between 2 and this number, is this F double prime positive or negative? Look at the graph. Is it above or below the x-axis? It's below, so it's going to be negative. Okay? And then after that, it's going to be positive. And then I still don't know if I'm going to have a little guy right there or not. So let's go through this. So we're going to go to second trace, pick that 0 function. You're going to scroll all the way over. By the way, did you know if you hit second over, it goes a lot faster? The little guy? If you hit second over, it goes a lot faster than just like holding it down going, wee, any day now. Again, pick anything left of that 0, hit enter, pick anything right of that 0. Guess, doesn't really matter where you guess, press enter, and then we're going to get that to be at 2.460. Is that going to be a point of inflection right there? Yes, why? It's a sign change. So it's going to be 2.14, or no, not 14, 460, comma. How can I find the y value? Go to your home screen, second quit, pull up y1. I care about the y1 value. And then this x value, by the way, is going to be different than the one we just had because we just changed it. So it's going to be 0.622 if we round it. So that's our point of inflection, is this 2.460, comma, 0.622, because F double prime changes signs. Okay? As soon as you go right on your graph and find out, we're using one of those trace values, and it spits out an x value for you, that automatically stores x until you do anything else with that x value again. Okay? Hey, let's figure out if this guy is going to be, if this intersection actually happens before 4 or not, because it's kind of really, really close. Hard to tell. So we're going to go to second, trace 0, pick anything to the left bound. I can even press it right here if I want. I'm just going to press second over so it goes a lot faster. Alright, that's left of it. I'm going to go to the right of it. And I know I'm going to have it because, look at this. I'm at 4, and I'm now below the y-axis. So I know there's going to be a point of inflection. So guess, and then boom. I do have another guy right there. And that's going to be at 3.987. Okay? I know it's a really, really tiny sliver, but to the right of this point right here, is it above or below the x-axis? And if you don't know, just if you hit the trace button, you can actually slide that guy over. And you can see at 4 it's negative, so it must be negative. So I'm actually missing an answer right here. So I need to find out what my other point of inflection is. So I'm going to have this 3.987, comma, second quit, y1, it's my new x value, 1.146. Again, the same reasoning. Alright. When's the concave up? from here I have everything. I don't need to calculate anymore. I'm just going to just look at my sine chart. When am I concave up? Good job, class. From 2.460 to 3.987 because f double prime is positive. When am I concave down? From 2 until 2.460 and 3.987 to 4 because f double prime is negative. Okay? So I just did everything that we have just done for the past couple classes. Now I could find the absolute maximum and stuff like that, but I have faith that if you can do this, you'll probably find you can do that as well. This is not the only way to use your calculator. This is probably the most effective way to do it. Could you do this one by hand and then start using calculator plug-in values? Totally can if you wanted to. This is not the only way to do it, but this is a pretty effective way to do it nonetheless, because this way will work all the time. And again, we don't have any calculator questions like and a homework or anything, so just take questions we've done and just do them in your calculator exclusively and just see how you do. And this is a video putting it up on YouTube, so if you want to see it again, you can see it again. All right?